Welcome, namaste. My name is Michelle Chua. Welcome to our Flow and Restore Yoga as we continue to explore practices to help balance your heart energy, known as Anahata Chakra, the energy center of the heart. Let's start in a comfortable seated position. Actually, if it works for you, I invite you to sit in hero's pose, in which you might support your knees by sitting on top of one or two stacked blocks right between your ankles. And if this does not feel appropriate to begin with, then please, like all of our physical yoga practice, use your discernment. You know your body the best, and explore what versions of postures or whenever you need to opt out and rest. So with that, I'm going to read a short excerpt from the book Wheels of Life, the classic guide to the chakra system by Anodea Judith, PhD. Opening the heart chakra requires a combination of technique and understanding. First, we learn to see the world in terms of relationships. What causes things to enter into and remain in combination with other things. This, of course, includes our personal relationships with others and with the world around us. The heart requires an understanding and practice of balance between mind and body, inner and outer realms, self and other, giving and receiving. Opening the heart requires a transcendence of ego, allowing us to surrender to forces larger than the self. Lastly, opening the heart chakra requires an understanding and control of the breath, for it is the tool of physical and mental transformation. As we've been doing throughout this week, we'll be integrating different practices of pranayama throughout our physical practice, especially at the beginning and at the end. As a reminder, the heart chakra is within the region of the center of the chest and upper back, and it not only regulates the organ of the heart, the thymus gland, which is a huge part of your immune system, the lungs, and the element of the earth that is associated with the heart chakra is air. And everything surrounding that region, right? Everything is like we're talking about relationship. They're all related, even all the way down to the bottom of the pelvis. So of course, we won't ignore other parts of the body as we work with the heart chakra. A huge thing I gathered from what I just read is the idea of reciprocity. You know, when we came back from our retreat in Peru and learned from the indigenous wisdom of the Incas, reciprocity is a huge part of maintaining harmony, this balance of giving and receiving. There are different forms of energy, right? Your time, your attention, all of that is energy, money, whatever we use as sort of currency, right? And having a balance of giving and receiving, very important for balancing heart energy. So let's take a moment to pause and bring mindfulness to the beginning of our practice, checking in with ourselves, maybe closing your eyes. Begin to notice your exterior layer, your physical body, by sensing whatever physical sensations are calling your attention. Simply observe without judging anything as good or bad, scanning your attention from one part of your body to another. Notice the flow of the breath without changing the way you're breathing. Does it feel easeful, challenged, slow, steady or unsteady? Again, without judging it, just notice. When we're stressed, we breathe differently than when we're calm. So notice how your breathing is informing you about your overall energy. Notice how your mind feels. Does your attention feel present here in this space you're in this body, in this practice of yoga? Is your attention being pulled by thoughts of something else that you have to do later, or a story in the past? Again, notice without having to judge it. Now zoom your focus to your heart center and notice the energy of your heart right now. You might even gently touch a hand at the area of Anahata chakra. As you listen inward, sensing what feels most alive in your heart right now. Any emotions? Let's start to breathe in a little deeper through the nose. Notice where you can feel the breath expand, and releasing any sound through your mouth, let it go. Even deeper inhalation, inviting the breath to expand into other areas. Drawing it out through the mouth, empty your breath. Little by little, deepening each breath. Continue a few more exhalations through your mouth. You might join your palms together in prayer at your heart center. I invite you to acknowledge what you appreciate in any aspect of your life in this moment. Remember that gratitude is a powerful practice for opening your heart energy. And as you begin to narrow down what you want to set as your intention for your practice, consider if there's any area in your life right now in which you would like to enrich relationships or bring a sense of harmony or balance in reciprocity in giving and receiving, or cultivating joy, forgiveness, compassion, all these qualities of the heart. I invite you now to say your personal prayer or intention for this practice. And extending our loving kindness to those outside of ourselves, I invite you to choose somebody you would like to dedicate today's practice to. And now you might remember that the color vibration of Anahata chakra is my uniform today, the color of a vibrant, thriving forest of trees, green. So you might visualize that color right at the center of your heart, well, the center of your chest, as you breathe in and out. And I invite you to chant with me to open the practice, the Bija mantra, the seed sound for awakening heart energy. And that's the sound you might make when you taste something delicious. Yum. So tap into that delicious feeling. Here we go. Let in a deep breath. Yum. Yum. Let's continue to breathe deeply. This time, if you can, closing the lips. Invite a gentle whispering sound to the breath by softly narrowing or gently constricting the back of your throat. Beginning a breathing technique called Ujjayi Pranayama, which means victorious breathing, and is intended to help you balance your energy, especially as you begin to move your body into asanas, poses. So I'm going to invite you to lengthen the breath with me for the first few cycles and really try to fine-tune the sound you can hear in your breathing, that it's smooth, that it's calm, and that you're really pacing the breath to last to the top of 5 counts and to the bottom of 5 counts without holding the breath in or out. So listen in to your own breathing as we try a few cycles together. Empty this breath, closing the lips. And let's begin inhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. Count for at least 2, maybe 3 more cycles on your own. If you can lengthen the breath even longer, feel free to do that, just balancing in and out. So all the qualities you're fine-tuning in, what you can hear in your breathing right now, invite your mind and your body to follow suit. So listening to the breath rhythm, start to make your way down to your hands and your knees, all fours, spreading your fingers wide and flat. Stack your shoulders on top of your wrists. Stack your hips directly above your knees and let your feet be parallel to each other, hips width apart. Now, lift the sides of your abdomen, engaging your belly without rounding your back. In fact, think of a flat back as you slide the shoulder blades back and lengthen the neck. On your next inhalation, raise your right arm forward like you're about to shake someone's hand. And if your balance feels steady enough, extend the left leg back, flex the foot. As you exhale, contract your abdomen to round your back, bending the right elbow and maybe also the left knee to touch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. This time you might roll the shoulders back, sort of like cow pose. And exhale, contract. Twice more. Inhale, lift the chest. Roll the shoulders back as you extend the front body. Exhale, contract your front body. Last one. Inhale, extend. And exhale, contract. Now place the right hand flat on the floor, wrist under shoulder, straighten the left leg and tuck the left toes on the ground. Cross your right shin to the right so that it's perpendicular to the lengthwise of your mat. Trace your left big toe like an arc over to the right outside the mat and spin the sole of your left foot flat. Start to turn your belly and chest to face the sky while dropping your head back. Sweep the left arm overhead and glide the right shoulder blade down your back ribs. Breathe in deeply, stick out your tongue, open your mouth, any sound, let it out. Come back to your hands and your knees. That was a kneeling version of Wild Thing. All right, come back to a feeling of a flat back. Lengthen the neck, draw the shoulder blades back. Feel that your hands are not just leaning into the ground. Establish that relationship with the earth, with your palms. You're rooting down, you're pressing the ground away to lift energy up. You're rising up. And with that, inhale, extend your left arm forward. Maybe add the right leg back, flexing the right foot. Exhale, contract your belly to round your back. Maybe elbow and knee touch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe this time you arch and lift the chest, roll the shoulders behind you. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend to your front body. Exhale, contract. Last one, inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Lower the left hand so the wrist is right under the left shoulder. Straighten your right leg and tuck your right toes. This time, cross the left shin perpendicular over to the left to the lengthwise of your mat. Trace the right big toe like an arc over to the left outside the mat and spin the sole of your right foot flat. Turn your belly and chest to face the sky. Sweep the right arm overhead towards the front of the room and drop your head back. Glide the left shoulder blade down the back. This is a kneeling version of Wild Thing. Gather in a full breath. With any sound, open the mouth wide, stick out the tongue. Come back. Hands and knees to the floor. Bring your feet together and sink your hips down to your heels, pausing for 3 deep, rebalancing breaths. Listen to the smoothness of your breathing. When you finish the 3rd exhalation, separate your feet hips width apart, tuck your toes, and lift your hips high and back into downward facing dog. Allow a few breaths to explore any kind of movement your body might be asking for to loosen up. You might pedal your feet in place while swiveling your hips side to side. You might shake and nod your head, especially around your neck, shoulders, chest. Invite freedom of energy flow. Invite spaciousness. Begin to walk to the front of your mat into a standing forward fold, separating your feet at least hips width apart, parallel to each other. Bending your knees, sweep your hands behind your lower back to clasp. If you can, hug the heels of your palms together. Another option is to hold a strap between the hands. Tilting your weight forward, inhale, lift your chest and roll the shoulders behind you. Exhale, fold in, dropping your skull, loosen your neck. We're here for a few more breaths. Stretching the arms forward, roll the fronts of the shoulders open, bending your elbows slightly, lift the shoulders and free up space in your neck. If you're noticing tension in the jaw, you might flutter your lips a few times. Knowing that can definitely affect the openness in your chest, neck, and shoulders. Release your arms, bend the knees even more, and let your head hang freely. You might even shimmy your shoulders for a moment. With 1 or 2 slow breaths, begin to roll your spine upright as if you're stacking 1 vertebra at a time. When you arrive towards the top, circle your shoulders forward and up, and with a big sigh, roll the shoulders back and down. Try a couple more. Inhale, shoulders forward and up. Any sound, let it out. Exhale, back and down. Last one. Join your palms in prayer at heart center and connect to the feeling tone of your intention, the energy that you're cultivating and practicing with. Bring that into how you breathe and how you move your body to your breath as we practice gratitude, offering gratitude to the sun, this beautiful source of energy for all life on this planet. Sun salutation, Si, Surya Namaskar Si. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, roll the shoulders behind you, and lift your heart towards the sun. As you exhale, bow in towards the earth. Plant your fingertips on the ground. Inhale, step the left knee behind you. Kneeling lunge. Lift your heart and look up. Hold your breath as you step to plank pose. Exhaling, lower your knees, then your chest. Hug the elbows to your ribs, then lower your chin. Inhale, slither forward and soften your shoulders back to a gentle cobra pose. Exhale, tuck your toes and lift your hips back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot beside your left thumb. Lower your right knee and gaze up. Exhale, step your right foot forward and fold. Rooting down to your feet, inhale, rise. Lifting your heart towards the sun. Exhale, marry your palms in prayer at your heart center. Second side. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, lifting your heart towards the sky. Exhale, bow forward into yourself. Plant your fingertips on the earth. Inhale, step the right knee behind you. Look up, lift your heart. Hold your breath as you step to plank. Ashtangasana, exhaling lower knees, then chest, then chin. Inhale into cobra by drawing your shoulder bones back and broadening your heart space. Exhale, draw your belly in to lift your tailbone up and back, downward dog. Inhale, step your right foot beside your right thumb. Lower your left knee and gaze up. Exhale, step your left foot forward and bow. Firm down through the feet. Inhale, rise. Feel that buoyancy at your heart center as you lift the chest. Exhale, join your palms in prayer. Moving into sun salutation A. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead in Urdhva Hastasana again. Exhale, bow forward in Uttanasana. Press your hands on your legs, blocks or the ground. Inhale, stretch your spine forward to Ardha Uttanasana. Step into your version of plank. Either lower knees, chest, chin, or join me by gliding forward through Chaturanga Dandasana, grazing your elbows by your ribs. This time, inhale into Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Pausing there for 2 deep breaths. When you've emptied the second, walk or lightly jump to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, press with your hands and lift your heart forward, half forward fold. Exhale, bow into yourself, forward fold. Root down through your soles. Inhale, sweep your arms and lift your heart towards the sun. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, join your palms at your heart center. Inhale again, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Plant your fingertips and this time step left knee back and let's pause. Separating the legs hips width apart. Sweep the arms as you rise and backstroke your arms to place your hands on your lower back, fingertips pointing down. As you direct your tailbone to lengthen downward and forward, lift your back ribs to actively lengthen your lower spine. Keeping your right foot where it is, bring the energy into your right thigh as if you're dragging the right foot back, keeping your hips squared. With a deep breath in, lift your heart and roll the shoulders behind you. Exhaling, find the area right under your shoulder blades to tilt your chest up into a back bend, hugging your elbows closer together to broaden your chest. While gazing up, relax your eyes. Listen to the quality of your breathing here. Lengthen the back of the neck. One more full breath in this version of Anjaneyasana. Lifting the spine vertically again. Plant your fingertips to frame your front foot. Tuck the back toes and step the left foot forward. Switch the right knee back. Second side. Inhale your arms up. Backstroke them and place your hands on your lower back. With your tailbone lengthening down and forward, lift your back ribs. Energetically, drag the left foot back so it's not visibly moving. Lift your heart as you breathe in deeply. Roll the shoulders behind you. And as you mount the shoulder blades down the back, feel the area right under your shoulder blades. And right there, invite the tilt in your chest while you hug the elbows closer together. As you begin to look upwards, relax your eyes, maybe even lift the corners of your lips, bringing a light lightheartedness to your practice as we're inviting a sense of buoyancy at your heart center. Last deep breath here in this version of Anjaneyasana. This time, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Downward dog, inhale, sweep the right leg behind you, turn out the right thigh, and exhale, cross the shin in front of your pelvis, lower to sit. We're going to enter an active version of single pigeon pose as I'm going to invite you into a back bend here, moving towards, at your degree, king pigeon pose. So first, make sure your hips are equally facing forward, and that right knee is not pointing forward, it's pointing out to the right by turning out the right thigh bone at the hip. If there's a gap between the ground and your right glute, fill that gap with your blanket, your block, anything you need. Now, leaning your torso forward, bend the left knee, and feel that your weight is on your left thigh, not the left knee digging into the ground. Backstroke your left arm and reach to hold the inner side of your left ankle or foot. If it's hard to reach, then you could lasso the top of your foot with a strap like this. And then from there, take it in this direction. Now, try to keep your hips squared. It's easy to turn out the left thigh here where the left hip starts to point to the left, but keep the left hip pointing forward. You can keep the right hand down or find your balance by energetically dragging the thighs towards each other as you raise the right arm. And if you're doing that, there's an option to go further towards mermaid pose, in which you bring the top of the left foot to the crook of the left elbow and possibly clasp your hands overhead as you're lifting the chest from right under the shoulder blades. How's your breathing here? And then king pigeon is where you would flip the grip of your left hand and both hands hold the left toes while you point both elbows towards the sky, separating the elbows no wider than shoulders distance apart. So whatever version or degree towards king pigeon, maybe close your eyes and breathe. Feel the aliveness of your body in what you're practicing right now. Feel the energy you're practicing with. Very gently step back into downward facing dog, raising the right leg to the sky. Give your right thigh bone some movement at the hip. Maybe a releasing lion's breath here. When you're ready, start in downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg back. Exhale, bend the left knee, turn out the left thigh, and cross the left shin in front of your pelvis, lower to sit. Take a moment to square your hips equally to face the front of your mat. Remember to place a prop under your left glute if there's a gap there. Now, lean your torso forward while you bend your right knee so that you're not digging your kneecap into the ground. Your weight is on the thigh. Backstroke your right arm to help you open the front of the shoulder and try to reach hold of the inner side of your right ankle or foot, or lasso the foot with a strap. You can keep your left hand down, maybe raise the left arm as you energetically scissor the legs to help you balance. Maybe you bring the top of the right foot into the crook of the right elbow, whether or not you clasp the hands to what's often called mermaid pose. Maybe you flip the grip of the right hand as you're holding the right toes with both hands, pointing the elbows towards the sky in king pigeon pose. Whatever you're practicing, drop in. Feel your motivation for what you're practicing right now, your inspiration. Last deep breath. Take your time coming back to downward dog. Optional to take one more vinyasa on your way there. Or cat-cow. This time raising the left leg, give it some movement at the hip. Let's meet in child's pose again. Feet together, touching, knees together or apart. Let's go ahead and stretch the arms forward here. Allow a few clearing exhales. Maybe releasing some heat out through the mouth. As you sink the hips back and down, keep your heart and head close to the earth while walking your hands to the right side, maybe outside of your mat. Stretching into the left side of your torso. Imagine breathing deeper into that left wall of your rib cage, maybe even to the left side of your lower back and your left outer armpit. And start to walk your hands through center back onto your mat. Crawl your hands over to the left, maybe reaching outside of your mat. Breathing deeper into the right side of your rib cage, lower back, outer armpit. And come back through center. And let's slither forward into Sphinx pose. Coming all the way down to your belly, placing the forearms in front of you, stacking your shoulders on top of your elbows. As you stretch the legs long behind, actively reach the heels back. Press the tops of your feet firmly into the ground. Now keep your forearms still where they are, but bring the energy into your shoulders as if you're dragging your elbows back towards your outer hips. While you breathe deeply across your collarbones, lifting the sternum forward, look slightly down and relax the eyes. Now focusing the breath across the chest especially, and all throughout the lungs. Couple more deep breaths here in this back bend. Bring the hands alongside your rib cage and press up to hands and knees, all fours. Bring the legs in front of you to sit. And let's come into a seated spinal twist. Bending your right knee, step your right foot on the ground, either in front of your right hip or crossed outside of your left knee, in which you might also bend the left knee. Now choose the one that allows you to equally root down through both sitting bones and sit tall while relaxing your shoulders. Place the right hand on the ground behind your pelvis and press into the ground with the bottom part of your body as you rise up taller through the spine, breathing in. Keep your legs and pelvis still, and as you exhale, rotate your rib cage incrementally to the right. Now, an option is to add more leverage by hooking left elbow outside of right thigh. Let's continue to explore the range of your twists, breath by breath. On an exhalation, unwind your spine, but keep your legs crossed. In fact, see if you can, hug your thighs closer together, in which you can splay the feet apart or straighten the bottom leg and flex that foot. Choose the one that allows you again to equally ground your sitting bones and sit tall with the shoulders relaxed. Cow face pose, Gomukhasana. With your right leg on top, you may want to use a strap. Raise your left hand and dangle the strap behind you. With the help of your right hand, spin your right outer upper arm forward and bring the left elbow behind your head, pressing both shoulders down. Keep your left elbow pointing upwards, not to the left, And reach the right hand behind you from underneath to catch the bottom end of the strap. Walk your hands as close together as you can. If your hands meet, you can drop the strap and clasp your fingers. Press down through both sitting bones, and as you breathe in, lift up from the bottom of your spine, up through the back of your skull, opening your chest. Stay here, or as you exhale, fold little by little from the hips, keeping your chest slightly lifted and your throat open. Pressing down to your pelvis. Breathe in, slowly rise. Release the arms, uncross the legs, relax your feet. Pause here and allow a few deep breaths to tune inward. Notice what you notice. Can you still hear that whispering sound at the back of your throat as you breathe? Keep it going, and let's bend the left knee. Step your left foot on the ground, either in front of the left hip or crossed outside of the right knee, in which you might also bend your right knee. Place the left hand behind your pelvis, raise your right arm, and root down to inhale, lift the spine up. Keep the pelvis still, and exhale, begin to twist to the left, lowering your right arm to hold your left leg, or adding the leverage of hooking the right elbow outside the thigh. Breath by breath, exploring the range of your twist. On your next exhalation, unwind your spine and hug your thighs closer together. Splay the feet apart or straighten the bottom leg and flex the foot. This time with your left leg on top, maybe using a strap in the right hand, raise your right arm. With the left hand, spin your tricep forward and bring the elbow behind your head. Press both shoulders down. Reach beneath with the left hand, catch the bottom end of the strap, and as you walk your hands closer together, invite your right elbow to point straight up rather than pointing to the right. Maybe the hands clasp. As you breathe in, root down with the pelvis, lift up through the spine. Keep your chest broad, slightly lifted. Keep your throat open, and maybe you choose to fold with each breath. Root down to your pelvis. Inhale to slowly rise, release the arms, and uncross your legs. Allow a moment to observe internally. Now I invite you to find a comfortable way to sit for 2 rounds or 2 different pranayama practices. So we're sitting a bit longer. You may like to sit on your pillow or your block. Sit in a way in which you can breathe well. Spine is tall, body is relaxed, pelvis is equally grounded on left and right. So this is a practice I usually wake up and do in the mornings every day. One is bellows breath, Bhastrika Pranayama. It helps to enliven and cleanse your lungs, as well as, clear the mind, prepare it for meditation. And the second is Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, or alternate nostril breathing, which helps to tune your attention inward to prepare for meditation while calming your nervous system and bringing you more in touch with your inner wisdom, your intuitive energy. And it also helps to overall balance your energy, and it's also a cooling breathing technique. So we'll go from one to the other. Bellows breath, I'll explain at the beginning of each. So let's start with bellows breath. Closing the lips, breathe in very deeply and breathe out just as deeply. So you want to fill up all of your torso, not just the chest, but breathe all the way down to the pit of your belly. So you're using your diaphragm like you're about to sing a soprano voice. So equal in, equal out. Now you can keep your hands here to help you feel that you're breathing as fully as possible, or there's an active physical movement called a kriya that you can do, bending the elbows apart, make fists with the hands. And as you breathe in, you straighten the arms, spread the fingers, and as you breathe out, you fist the hands and bend the elbows towards your side ribs. So it looks kind of like this. So choose what you're going to do with your arms. You might close the eyes and direct your inner gaze at your heart center. Visualize the color green. And we'll practice bellows breath for 1 minute. Try to keep a rhythm that you can maintain. Ready? Begin. Even though you're going at a brisk pace, don't shorten the breath. Try to breathe in fully and out fully. And relax. Just breathe naturally for a few moments. Notice anything you feel. Preparing for alternate nostril breathing, rest the left hand in your lap. You might place it in Gyan Mudra, bringing the thumb and index fingers to touch as the palm rests face up. Place the right hand in Vishnu Mudra, sticking out the thumb, ring, and pinky fingers. Closing the lips, continue to breathe very smoothly and gently, quietly through the nose. We're going to use the right thumb like this to close the right nostril, and the right ring and pinky to close the left nostril, alternate nostril breathing. Let's practice 3 cycles together and 3 cycles on your own. You might close the eyes and direct your inward gaze towards Anahata Chakra, visualizing the color green. Prepare to begin by emptying this breath. Right thumb, close right nostril. Inhale through the left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in. 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. 2, 1. Stay here. Inhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in. 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Second cycle. Inhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Inhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Third cycle. Inhale left for 6. Hold 2. Close left. Exhale right, 6. Hold 2. Inhale right, 6. Hold 2. Close right, exhale left, 6. Hold 2. Keep going for 3 more cycles. Take your time to finish at your own pace. When you finish, sit for a few moments, breathing naturally, observing your inner world and how you feel. As you continue to breathe naturally, find a way to position your body to rest lying down. One option is to continue with the heart openers gently, using a bolster, tracing the lengthwise of your mat, having your pelvis on the floor, and leaning back to gently open the chest as you turn the palms up. You could also open the hips by bending the knees apart, maybe placing a blanket over the pelvis for grounding support. So find your position of rest, corpse pose, Shavasana, where you can close the eyes, continue to breathe naturally, let go of any doing, and allow yourself to just be in your own presence. As you rest a little longer with eyes closed, sense the way your physical body is responding to how you practiced yoga. Listen to how your body wants to begin moving and be gentle with yourself. Start with small movements, ease into simple stretches. Gradually turning over onto your right side and resting your head. Pause there for a few moments, noticing the quality of your natural breath. Sense how your energy feels now. When you're ready, press into the earth, slowly lift your body. Please find a comfortable way to sit for our guided 10 minutes of meditation. Sit in a way that you can feel grounded, alert, and relaxed. As we continue our focus on cultivating awareness of our heart energy, which can fluctuate throughout the day and throughout the cycles of our life, seasons, anything can affect our energy. You may like to place a hand gently at your heart center and then the other hand to support it on top. Or there's Lotus Mudra, heels of the palms touching, thumbs and pinky fingers touch as the rest of the fingers blossom open towards the sun. And then you let the thumb tips rest at your sternum. Remember, this is a 10-minute meditation, so choose a mudra that will support you. Allow a moment to just feel your body sitting in the position it's sitting. Inviting a feeling of safety and stillness so that you can be present as you tune your attention inward. Now begin to feel the breath again as it flows in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. No need to control the breath. Just sense its flow. As you continue to feel the subtle movements and sensations of the breath, I invite you to place your mind's eye at the area of your heart chakra, towards the center of your chest and upper back. Begin by observing any physical sensations you detect in that region of your body. If your hands are on your chest, you might feel the pressure, the weight of your hands, the warmth. Maybe you feel the subtle stretching and relaxing of the lungs. You might even feel your heart beating. Beyond the physical sensation, do you notice anything through your felt sense in that region? Something more subtle and energetic. Things like feeling of heaviness at the heart or a light weightedness at the heart, an expansiveness, a release. What do you notice energetically at your heart center. And this can be easily linked to certain emotions. As we practiced in the beginning with mindfulness, let yourself notice without having to judge what you notice. You might have already observed specific emotions, whether subtle or strong and intense. Feel the energy of any emotions moving through your heart center right now. Contentment, boredom, fear, anxiety, joy. What does it feel like to just hold space for what's happening in your heart center? No need to change it. No need to resist it or analyze it. Just hold space and observe the feeling of it. As you continue to observe the energy of your heart, another option with your hands is to hover them just about 2 to 4 inches in front of your chest and heart center. And notice if you feel anything in the space between your palms and your skin. Another way to sense the energy of the heart. So whatever you're practicing, I invite you to continue observing any activity in your heart center for the next 2 minutes. I invite you to end this meditation by asking your heart a question. Heart, what do you need right now? What do you need? And whether at this moment or after this practice, how can you authentically address what your heart needs? Sense the way you're feeling now, mentally and emotionally. And you might join your palms together in prayer, acknowledging anything you feel appreciation for. Closing our practice with gratitude. I offer gratitude to those who've come before us, ancestors, those who shared these practices many, many generations ago, that we may continue to benefit from them today. Then revisit your intention or personal prayer. Visualize whomever you dedicated this practice to, in some way receiving the energy of your heart, of loving kindness. Let's close together, maybe picturing the glowing green emanating from the center of your heart chakra and expanding with each breath, sending that energy of love and connection and harmony to anyone and anything. As we chant the seed sound yum 3 times to close, let in a deep breath. Yum. 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 Bowing in to your heart center, acknowledging your inner teacher, the light within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.